I'm sorry, you guys. I did not realize, and I think Annalisa messaged me saying that it wasn't online. I didn't even get to that. So, sorry. But yes, we are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6:30 a.m. Go ahead and sit up tall. Feel the ears, shoulders, and hips stacked up. Finding your breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Ujjayi breath should sound like the wind in the trees. Today is a new day. A day to practice non-attachment. A new day to practice stillness. Today is Terruño Tuesday. Terruño means fertile soil. Nothing can grow without a fertile soil. Terruño Tuesday. Terruño taught me proprioception and understanding where we are in space. And that's why we do a lot of times the practice with the eyes closed. Soften the jaw, soften the tongue. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling and a longer exhale. Start to move your head in circle 8s. Exploring all around your neck. Reversing the direction. Bringing your right ear to your right shoulder, press down on top of the head. So every time you step on your mat, you're learning something new about yourself. Every situation that we're in, we're learning something new about ourselves. And yoga brings us back to our roots. So a lot of what we do here is very foundational, because it's so easy to forget our place in the world and what we bring to the table. So we look at our roots, we look at how we can connect more into the earth. We enrich our foundation, and we feed our soil, we nourish and we replenish our spirit in the process. We begin to we stop not looking at our truths. Satya. Terruño, fertile soil. So it is, you have to comprehend in order to transcend. For anything to grow up and out of the soil, you have to understand the soil first. What do we need to add to the soil? Release. Move to the other side. Good morning, Becca. Inhaling, exhale, release, move the head from right to left. So looking from right to left. Let's extend the legs. Massage your knees, wiggle your toes, stretch it out. Move your ankles in circles as an option. Reverse. Breathe in, sweep your arms up, toes towards you, and exhale, forward. Chin to the chest. Lengthen the spine. If you have a bulging disc or herniated disc, please come up all the way and bring your hands behind you. If not, when you are here, working your core, stretching your lower back, mid-back, the whole back body. Yeah, from the heels all the way to the base of the skull. Swing here, side to side. If your hamstrings have a tendency to lock, you can always place your hands and create fists and put your hands underneath your knees as an option. come up. Shoulders up, back, and down. Bring your opposite leg in front. You're going to bring your right hand to the right side of the head. Push the head into the hand into the head. Shoulders down, great way to strengthen the right side of the spine. Breathing. Bring the left hand to the left side of the head. Try not to tilt the head. I'm going to draw that straight line right through the midline of the axis. Release your fingers, press your forehead forward into your hands, bring your chin to your chest. You're evenly, bilaterally working the sternocleidomastoid muscles on both sides. You should got a whole bunch of other muscles in the front of that neck, deeper muscles, because they have to protect something called the throat, the cervical spine, and the hyoid. The hyoid is a muscle that a bone that floats sort of in the neck, and that creates like a vibration. It's what allows you to talk. And breathe in, chin forward, and then chin up. Strengthen, feel the strengthening in the back of the neck, feel it down the spine. Breathe. And release. Shoulders up, back and down. Alternate with your shoulders. One, and then the other, and then the other, and then the other shoulder. All of your shoulders. Side bends. Adding a little bit of a twist. And then bring your arms out to the sides. Turn the palms up. Unlock the elbows. You always have a micro bend. Reach the thumbs back. Push your chin forward and then up. Your heart forward, broadening your collarbones. Breathe, curl your fists. Woo-hoo. You might feel this stretch, very similar to your gorilla pose with your hands. Keep extending and pushing your fists away. Breathing. And then release. Soles of the feet together. Start to move in circles. In through the nose and out through the nose. You get to move into the shoulders a little bit here, into the neck. To the sides, into the back, to the front body. Reverse the direction, breathing. What have you learned so far on your mat? Good. Bring your hands to your knees. push down on the knees, opening up the hips. You can bring the chin forward, push the elbows away from one another. Notice what you feel. Turn the head from right to left. And then up and down. And come on up. Extend the right leg, coming into revolved head to knee. Reach to that inside of that right foot. Reach that left arm up and over. So getting a deep stretch here. You want to make sure that you're not jamming up that bottom shoulder. So pull that bottom shoulder down. The toes on that right foot, they're up to the sky. Breathing, you're going to take that arm and try to straighten that top arm. Yeah, and see where it goes. Quads are engaged on your right leg. Push the left foot into that inner thigh. Breathe. Slowly come on up. Inhale, exhale. You're going to twist to the left. Both butt cheeks stay down. Spine stays long. Push the right knee away from you. Keep that belly button in. Next breath. Expand the lungs even more, and then on your next exhale, you're twisting further into the pose. And then release. Good. So we're going to bring that left leg out to the side, bring that left or right arm up and over. You guys stay in that pose. I don't know if I lost my goggles. Breathing, side, bend. Straighten that top arm. Toes are up. Focal point or fingers. Don't you collapse and fall asleep in that pose. Right foot pushes into that left leg. And then slowly come up and twist over to the right. Look at the toes still, they're still up on the left foot. Keep the spine long, keep the belly button in, keep engaging your bandhas. Those bandhas are so essential to your spine because they help you to create space in the spine, to decompress. Expand a little more. Exhaling, twisting further. And inhale and exhale, unwind. Extend both legs. Yeah. Sit up tall. Toes are up. Knees are up. Shoulders are down. Bring your hands behind your back and grab hold of your elbows. She's not sick, those are allergies. She has a whole process in the morning. Breathe. Keep lifting and lengthening. Quads are engaged. And you're sitting up tall as you can. Try not to lean forward. Try to float the ears above the sit bones. Broaden the collarbones even more. Good. Now take the toes for the feet, and you're going to turn the feet in and then turn them out. So it's called inverting them when you bring the bottoms of the feet towards, keeping the legs straight, and then everting them, pushing them away. And just explore here the ankles. Alright, we're going to release the arms, keep the toes up, twist the torso back to the right, but you're going to fold over that right leg. Bring your forehead down towards that knee. Take that left hand and reach it a little bit further. Keep the belly button in. You need to protect that spine. Happy stretch here. Think about pushing the heels still away from you, so you're creating space in the hips. And then walk your hands up, breathe in, breathe out, shoulders up, back and down, lift, lengthen, twist over to your left, and fold. Both sit bones stay down on the floor. If you have tight hamstrings, prop something underneath. And that left knee, right knee. Knees up, toes up. Reach that right hand a little further. Belly button in. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. Breathe. And walk your way up. Inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. Shoulders up, back and down. Lean back, bring your knees together, swing your legs around, and then come into your first child's pose. So your forehead is going to rest onto the mat. You're going to rock here, side to side. You roll your forehead onto the mat. Good morning, Julie. Now we're going to come up. We're going to take that right leg and bring that right leg forward. Not quite pigeon, but you are very similar in pigeon. Your bottom foot is underneath your butt cheek. Bless you. Breathing and lifting the chin. Move the head around, notice any residual tightness in the front of the neck. Keep lifting the muscles of the pelvic floor. Let yourself fall over to that left side so you're getting a good stretch on what's called the TFL muscle. That's kind of like the seam of your pant pocket if you're wearing jeans. So you can walk the hands a little bit more or lean into that right hand, lean into that Come backwards. I'm sorry, Farhana. So left hand, lean into that left hand. Lean into that left hip because I am facing the east. The toes, look at the toes, push them straight back. And so that stretch goes into that side a little bit. You feel that? Jessica, this is for you. Get you on the other side. Keep pointing those toes. And then slowly come to center. Tabletop. And bring your right leg forward. Do the same thing on the other side. So the foot rests underneath. Yeah, your butt cheek. And then this time you're leaning over to that right side. And walk that right hand a little bit forward. Yeah, letting yourself fall here. Looking at your right foot, making sure that your toes are pointed straight back. Breathe. Hip flexor stretch, TFL stretch. Belly button stays into the spine. Push down with your thigh and see what you feel when you do that. Push down with your shin and see what you feel when you do that. And then push down with your toes. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Come to center. Tuck the toes. Push back into your downward dog. And walk it out. Bending one knee, bending the other knee. Spread your fingers wide. And the thumb not so wide. Now start to walk your way forward and fold. Hug and massage your legs or rub the back of the legs. And then come on up. Shoulders up, back and down. Inhaling, sweep your arms up. Back bend. Exhale, swan dive. Fold. Inhale, come up halfway. You're going to walk your hands over to that right side. Side bend. And then walk your hands over to the left side. And then come right back to center, fold. Step your way into your plank. Drop to the knees. Elbows hug, lower. Inhale, cobra. Internal rotation of those thighs, very important. Push back into your child's pose. Child's pose, find the stretch into that lower back, Lisa. Coming up to your tabletop, right arm up, reaching up, lengthening, breathing. Take another good breath in and exhale. Bring your right hand down. Left arm up. Rotate the torso. Shoulders are back. Come up off of that right wrist if you haven't. And release down to the floor. Do 3 circles in one direction from tabletop. Belly button stays into your spine. Second circle, and then moving into your third circle, reverse the direction. Circle 1, inhale, exhale, circle 2. Push your booty back. Bend your knees a little more. Bring the heels a little higher. Keep the belly button in. Bend the knees more. Inhale, exhale, step forward. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Breathing in, sweeping your arms up. Breathing out, swan dive, fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, step back into plank. Watch knees, lower elbows hug. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Sway from side to side. Elbows are off of the mat. Take 3 breaths. Come to tabletop. Inhale, right arm up. 3 breaths here. Breathe in, hand down, and exhale. Inhale, left arm up. 3 breaths here. Offer that left wrist onto the fingertips so you're strengthening your fingers in case you one point you want to go into handstand on those fingers. Looking up to the sky, taking another good breath in, exhaling, and then release down to the mat. Tabletop. Wag your tail. Step forward. Inhale, lift. Push your fingers down onto the floor. Make sure that your toes are forward and heels are back. And then fold forward. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Interlace your fingers, press your palms up, and 3 circles here. Over in one direction, don't lock your knees. And reverse the direction. Moving all around that torso. Come right back to center, back bend. And swan dive, fold. Hands this time, you're gonna bring your hands behind you. Yeah, onto the floor, fingertips point away from you. If you have to bend your knees, but push your booty up. Keep your chin to your chest. Taking another great breath in. Letting that breath go. And then slide the hands to get to your plank pose. Drop to your knees, lower down. Inhaling to your cobra. Exhaling, pushing back. Child's pose. So notice that each time you do this, or a variation of the circles, first you did it on your hands and your knees, yeah, and then you did it standing up. Each time you do this, it gets better. You start to move the joints differently. Yeah. You start to lubricate the joints using that synovial fluid. So movement is essential. Breathing is so important. Let's come to our tabletop. Push back into your downward dog. Keep your chin to your chest, especially if you have high blood pressure. Take that right hand, let's take the left hand. Let's take the left hand. Left hand scoots so that the thumbs are touching. Then you're going to take that right arm and you're going to bring that right arm underneath. Make sure that your shoulder is safe in this position. You're going to grab the outside of the leg anywhere that's comfortable for you, and you're going to try to pull your upper body through Yeah, pull your upper body through your arm and your leg area. If you need to adjust, yeah, make any adjustments that your body needs. And then you're going to move to the other side. Breathe in and breathe out. Belly button stays in. Try not to twist at the hips. Try to keep the hips neutral. So if anything, push your left hip towards the left, just a little. And then come to center. Breathe in, breathe out to tabletop. Inhale to your cow and exhale to your cat. Inhale to a neutral spine. Inhale, neutral. Reach up with your right hand. Reaching back. Make it a really good stretch. Belly button in, belly button in, belly button in. And then in this position, I want you to think about arching your back like cat pose. The Halloween cat, arching your back, work your core. And then breathe in, thread that needle. Thread that needle. You're going to take that left leg and you're going to straighten it. I want you to feel stretch on that right side into the lower back. Keep the belly button in. When you're extending your leg, you're stretching the hamstring. So maybe even take that heel and reach it up to the sky and push the heel away from you. And then don't let the toes on the bottom leg, push those toes down, whether it's the toes or the toenails. In time, you want your focal point to be up to the ceiling, and you're stretching your upper trapezius muscle. Try not to overstretch anything, especially if you're naturally flexible. Take that left arm and reach it up to the sky. Spread the fingers wide on both hands. Ta-da! Ta-da! Take another good breath in. And on your exhale, left hand down. Inhale, exhale. Slowly release. Take a moment in your tabletop and notice what you feel. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Inhaling, bring your left arm up. Rotate the torso, pull the shoulders back. Breathing, keep opening up. Open even more. Inhale, exhale, thread the needle. Straighten the right leg. Reach that right arm up. Should feel like it's floating. That's the sensation that you want to find. Lean into that left shoulder, stretching out the rhomboid on the left side. Again, in time, your head is looking up to the ceiling. Also, that top hand will, in time, reach behind you onto the floor. It is possible. Breathe. Inhale, inhale, and exhale. Come on. Inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. Widen the distance of the knees, and 3 more circles. 1, 2. Every movement, there's an intention. Every movement, you're using all of your body, your heart, your soul. Reverse. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then back to center. Down dog. So what I want you to do, you're gonna, however you're, I don't know where you're positioned, but I want you to go ahead and come into your side plank over to that right side, but you're gonna drop down. I want you to just, like you're lying on the beach. Yeah, you're gonna hang out on that right side. You're gonna take that hip and you're gonna straighten that bottom leg, and then just kind of find that point, where you get a good stretch on that right side body. Good, that left knee, you can have it bent. Everybody's gonna be different. You can have it right in front. If you're in front, you're having a nice hip opener. If that's too much, then your foot is gonna be behind you. Right? Make sure you don't lock your elbow. Oh, what's that? All right, and then lift the heart and lengthen. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. So you're stretching the bicep, you're stretching the side body, you're getting another really good stretch on that right leg, and then you're gonna take that that right hand, and you're gonna reach it away from you just a little bit. And then you're gonna just roll a little bit forward and back. Forward and back. And if you feel like you need to get into it a little bit more, you take yourself down to the mat and you straighten that leg and you're pushing the pubic bone forward and back and breathing. Place your foot however is comfortable for you, but you are massaging towards the IT band. If you have a foam roller, go get your foam roller as an option. Don't jam up that right shoulder. You can again push your hand into your top knee and breathe. This is a pose that you really need to turn inward into deeper muscles, whether you know them or not. It's your body. Yeah. So explore, explore, explore. If these muscles are tight, they're gonna jam up your lower back, because they start to scrunch the fibers of the muscles towards the outside, and then the QLs on the outside pull down even more. As you're here, take that bottom leg and then keeping it straight, reach it a little bit further back. And roll. So think about trying to roll down towards the front of that bottom thigh. Point those toes on that bottom foot now. Breathing. If we wanted to, we could take this pose slowly into a lizard pose. Now, you're going to take that right hand and prop it. So place that hand down and start to roll to that front or that bottom thigh. Almost like you're getting into that lizard pose. We're moving really slowly. Breathing. Now you'll lower back down to your right forearm and bend that bottom leg. If you want to challenge, you grab that foot, that back foot, that bottom foot with your top hand. Make sure that your bottom shoulder feels safe. Getting a quad stretch on that right side. Hip opener on that left side. Breathing in and breathing out. You're going to release that leg, release the hands, release that left leg back and lower down. All the way, turning your head this time to the right and move your hips. Just wiggle your hips. Come into Sphinx pose. So you're on your forearms. And pull the shoulders back and move the head. Move the neck. Loosen it up. Now we're going into our clock pose. We're still on that same side. We're on that right side. You're going to take that right hand and you're going to reach it to the right. Clock pose,
you're going to start to twist your torso. So that arm is straight. I'm going to turn around so you guys can see from a different angle. So that right arm is extended. And you can take that top leg and stretch it back. Keep that belly button in, lift that core. Now you can take that leg, and as you're reaching it back, you're flexing your foot in what's called a dorsal flexion. You can take the bottom hand and you can prop your head up, creating a fist with that bottom hand. And you're pushing the energy out of your heel like someone is pulling you by your top ankle, pulling you by your bottom ankle. Your feet are parallel to the ground. Belly button in, you're stretching the hip flexor on that left side. Before you were on that right side stretching it, now you're stretching it on that left side. Breathe. TFL. If you want more of a stretch, let that top foot rest. The inside of that top foot rest onto the mat as you keep pushing the energy away from the hip. And then breathe in, breathe out, slowly release. Hands by your sides, coming into your cobra, and then pushing back into your child's pose. So stay there in child's pose. So make note, remember, you have to make sure that in these poses, you keep engaging your bandhas. Yeah, that's going to create space. That's going to create decompression in that spine. That's going to create safety on the back. And it is, sometimes it is, quite a bit of an effort on our parts. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Don't say, I can't do this. I can't, no. Do it. Do it. Do a little bit at a time. Breathing in and breathing out. Now you're going to come up. You're going to do your side plank on the other side. Clearly I didn't image you on that one because I was trying to angle, or I didn't mirror you. So your left hand down, your foot can either go in front, in back, or in front. You choose. If it's in front, you want a hip opener, you're pushing, the energy away, and then you're rolling and you're finding that place. Breathing. I'm going to show you this from another angle. If I am here, I want to try to straighten in time that bottom leg. That's the idea. Straighten that bottom leg. Starting to roll here into that left side. So the pubic bone starts to move forward. Don't jam up that shoulder. If you need to step that shoulder a little bit forward, do that. Breathing in and breathing out. Push your pubic bone that way. Bring your bottom leg back and straighten it. Straighten that bottom leg. So you're going to roll to the left. So you roll towards, Breathe. If you want to, you can lower down to that form and start to get a little bit more towards that front thigh. So you're still too much in your butt. Breathing. She don't want to listen to me today. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to send her to her room. Quarantine her. Breathe. Inhaling and exhaling, slowly working your way forward.
You can move that foot, you can push that knee, you can explore what are you learning about your hips. Remember, hips are the junk drawer of the body. It's where we store all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Breathing. Keep lengthening. Check that shoulder. You don't want to jam it up. Not an option. Yep. Now, you can bend that top leg. Here you get to learn about your quads. Grab that right foot. If you can't grab it today, don't worry about that. Just bend your knee wherever is comfortable for you. Yeah? The ego hurts us. It hurts us when we start to do something that we're not ready to do. So straighten the leg or bend it just a little bit. Yeah, there's an infinite amount of space between point A and point B. Breathe. This is a bind where you're connecting or attempting to connect your upper body with your lower body. If not, you're connecting through energy. Inhale and exhale. Release the hand down. Take that that left arm, reach it out and kick that top leg back, that bottom leg forward. Good. Fist, shoulder, belly button in. Breathing. So that top leg kicks back, push through that heel, and you're getting a good stretch on the outer right thigh. Make sure that you're taking that shoulder on that left side and you're just walking those fingers away. It should not feel uncomfortable. Your palm is face down on that left hand. Good. And Becca, you can create a fist with your right hand. And then you're propping your head up with the fist. Oh, actually with your left hand, Becca, sorry. I think you're backwards. Yeah, take that left hand and put it underneath your cheek on your right side. Yeah. Now to make sure that that right hand for you is reaching straight away, like away from your shoulder. Yep. So your right hand is in clock pose or perpendicular to the mat. And top leg kicks back and away. Leg is straight. Inhaling and exhaling. Never locking your knees. You're too long. You get a twist here. Belly button in. And we'll release, breathe in, breathe out, coming back into your Sphinx pose. Point those toes, pull the shoulders back. You feel like someone's pulling you forward and pulling you back at the same time. Lift your core up. Keep pushing your core up. Push the forearms down and your core up higher. Breathe. Squeeze the thighs towards each other. Stay with breath. Cinch up your waist. And then slowly, you're going to release the hands, coming into your cobra, pushing into your tabletop. Circles, 3 in each direction. Yeah. Did we even come to, yeah, we did one standing pose. We only did the mountain pose today. Everything else has been on the ground, I think. Reverse the direction. Now we're going to come into our rabbit. So what I want you to do is you're going to walk your hands towards you, towards the outside of the knee. You're going to really arch your back into a cat. And then you're going to start to place the top of your head onto the floor. Bring your knees in towards your forehead. Grab
your heels onto the back. Push your booty up to the sky. Breathing, curling up. Imagine you have a little rabbit tail. Core, 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 core. Your pectoral muscles are working, your abdominal muscles are working, your hip flexors are working, and you're breathing. And then very slowly, you're going to roll up. Shoulders up, back, and down. Breathe in, shoulders up. Breathe out, back and down. And one more time, shoulders up, and back and down. Holy cow, time flew by. So you're gonna lie down onto your backs. If your body's saying, you know what, I really need a back bend here, go into bridge, or for a moment you can always come into camel pose or a modified camel, if that's what you're calling for. So you're gonna lie down to your back, and you're gonna windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Going into your bridge pose. If bridge is not what you need again, you bring your knees into your chest. Go where you need, not where you want. Time fly by. My goodness. And then prepare yourself for Savasana. Your palms are up, your shoulders are back. Lengthen through that lumbar spine and let yourself rest here. Synchronizing mind and body is not a concept or a random technique someone thought up for self-improvement. Rather, it is a basic principle of how to be a human being, how to use your self-perceptions, your mind and your body together. The body can be likened to a camera, and the mind to the film inside the camera. The question is, how can you use them together? When the aperture and the shutter speed of the camera are properly set in relation to the speed of the film inside the camera, then you can take good, accurate photographs. Yeah, because you have synchronized the camera and the film. Similarly, when mind and body are properly synchronized, then you have a clear perception, and you have a sense of being without doubt. Being without the tremors and the shaking and the short-sightedness of anxiety, which make your behavior totally inaccurate. When body and mind are not synchronized, sometimes your mind is short and your body is long. Sometimes your mind is long and your body is short. So you are uncertain about how to even pick up a glass of water. Sometimes you reach too far and sometimes you don't reach far enough and you can't get hold of your water glass. When mind and body are unsynchronized, then if you are doing archery, you can't hit the target. If you are doing calligraphy, you can't dip your brush into the inkwell, let alone make a brush stroke. Synchronizing mind and body is also connected with how we synchronize or connect with the world, how we work with the world together. This process has two stages, which we could call looking and seeing. We might also speak of listening and hearing or touching and then feeling, but it is somewhat easier to explain this process of synchronization in terms of visual perception. Looking is your first projection, and if you have any doubt, then it might have a quality of tremor or shakiness. You begin to look and then you feel shaky or anxious because you don't trust your vision. So sometimes you want to close your eyes. You don't want to look anymore. But the point is to look properly. See the colors: white, black, blue, yellow, red, green, purple. Look. This is your world. You cannot not look. There is no other world. This is your world. It is your feast. You inherited this. You inherited these eyeballs. You inherited this world of color. Look at the greatness of the whole thing. Don't hesitate. Don't blink. Look and look further. Then you might see something, which is the second stage. The more you look, the more inquisitive you are, the more you are bound to see. Your looking process is not restrained because you are genuine, you are gentle. You have nothing to lose and you have nothing to fight against. You can look so much, you can look further, and then you can see so beautifully. In fact, you can feel the warmth of red, the coolness of blue, and the richness of yellow, and the penetrating quality of green, all at once. You appreciate the world around you. It is a fantastic new discovery of the world. Begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Bring your knees in and hug. stay closed. Reach your arms up on your inhale. Exhale, hands down to your heart center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. And one Om, inhale. Ease your stay and breathe. Thank you, mind body. Thanks for letting us guide you. Peace be with you. Namaste. All right, new eyes. See the colors, feel the energies of the world. New eyes, new universe. Have a great day.